To get our hands on procedural animation, we should first work out the inverse kinematics. From now, I will call it IK. So the IK is a system where you can join bonds that will impact each other, removing the needs of manual control for each one separately. And it just got an update in Godot 4.6. We can move a target node and all the bonds in the system will automatically update to match new position. This saves a lot of time. My example is with a spider, but it's not limited just for spiders. You can use it for anything with legs or something similar. You can get this entire project on GitHub by a link in the description. Please like and subscribe. We need a model with attached bones. In my case, it's a spider with 4 legs. Each has 3 segments. For each leg, we need to configure the IK, so we need to add IK nodes as children of skeleton node. Godot currently has 3 IK types. I'm using CCD IK3D. No particular reason, it just works and they all are the same in setup. We need 1 IK node for each leg, so in my case, 4 IK nodes. We can divide the IK system into parts to pull them in different directions and have more control. I got a spider, so I want 2 parts. First leg part to go upward and the rest goes downward. So we set root and end bones for each part and target. Target is the node used as target position for the bones, so they will be pulled toward it. I'm using marker 3D node named cur for targets, but it could be a plain 3D node. Also, there is an extra bone, cause the end bone you set in IK won't be used. Here you can see our spider in the editor. Under the skeleton node there are my 4 IK nodes, each for 1 leg. Their position doesn't matter, it won't impact on anything, so just leave them as they are, like on the body position or whatever. And for each one you should set up the first part of your leg and second part. Adjust the hinge position, how high goes the first part, and the current position where the leg steps. Also, all the markers are inside step item wrap node, so we can move all them together like this. And you should enable deterministic, so every leg steps are calculated from scratch, regardless of what was their previous positioning. The idea of procedural animation is simple. We need 2 positions. I will call them cur for current leg position and target, possible next position. The target is moving further, and when the distance from current is big enough, we update the cur pose by target. To make it more natural, we need to animate the position update like using twins. To be able to step on obstacles, we need ray casting. It should be placed around maximum possible step height and be directed downwards. For better work with straight obstacles like walls, rays will have slight turn outward. We need 1 ray per leg and 1 marker for current leg position. Each frame rays will check for collision and set target marker position by it. All the rays and target markers are also inside step item wrap node. The step item wrap has enabled top level under transforms, so it doesn't transform with the parent node, and we can manually control it. We need this to prevent unneeded rays turning when we go up or down and so on. If we drag the root spider node, you will see the rays and core legs pose stays in place. Okay, so let's look into the code. Again, this project is available on the GitHub. You can get the link in the description. I will go briefly. We got the leg ray. It's attached to each ray. As I said, it's just updating the pose for its target marker. That's it. All the other logic is inside the spider script. All it does, each physics frame, we do 4 actions. We update the body position. Again, the body is moving separately. It's the giant spider root node. It's moving like this or turning. It doesn't move the current positions, they stay still, but it will move the body, and also we will handle the movement. If you press key on the arrows keys on your keyboard for movement or rotation. Next is processing the step item wrap, the node where we gathered all our markers for current position, for hints, for target positions, and ray for each leg. The idea is when the spider body is moving, the step item wrap will move alongside it. It will move with the body, our rays, like this. So the rays are trying to find the next obstacle we're gonna step on. But be careful, step item wrap has top level transform, so it transforms separately. Why not just turn this off so it will move with the body itself? Because this way we are to pick what transformation we're gonna update. I'm updating only rotation by Y and moving by X and Z axes. It doesn't turn by X and doesn't turn by Z, never. So we got the control. Also, we are processing steps. The idea in my case is I joined the legs in the pairs, like front left, back right, front right, back front right and back left. So we check in active pair and current pair, legs pair, which legs could step. And if they should, so if the target is far away from the current position, it will perform the step using twin. It steps like halfway and up, then and up, and halfway, and again down to the target, like this. And each leg in this pair, if it should step, if the distance is far enough, it makes a step. And after that, it checks the next pair. So the pairs are always switch. It eliminates the possible movement only using one pair. For one pair, another pair, one pair, another pair. So you can see they are moving one by one in pairs. First pair, second pair, first pair, second pair. But each leg in the pair is moving separately, regardless of all the other pairs. How to adjust our spider step size, rotation size, and so on. You pick the giant spider and first you adjust the ground offset, how far the body should be from the ground. Again, it doesn't have array for this. It just takes all our current positions of our legs and calculates the average. So that's how it gets the possible ground position. Also, you should be careful here, because if you want like it to be pretty much close to the ground like this, you could get into trouble. It depends from the obstacle. Here is our sphere. It goes up, it's everything good, but you see, it's inside leg. The legs are finding their positions here, 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 and here. And it works fine, but it's inside just because, first, here are no collisions. And second one, because ground offset is pretty much small, and because it's here, our legs are pretty much low. So, and the body went inside. At this point, you should adjust properly the ground offset. And yeah, it got its flaws because, again, because of the obstacle shape, your legs could be far away from the body, like this, and you will get into trouble. Also, the legs could levitate of the same reason. You see, it doesn't take in count the leg and the spider size, the leg's length actual. So in points like this, when the ray is trying to find new position, it could be too far away. It doesn't know what is the leg maximum length possible step, so you will get this. And the last one, it doesn't handle right now straight walls. It just can't. If we touching them, come on, yeah, you see, it touches, it works fine. But if we try to move on it, it will just move through it. Why? First, rays are finding it and we are moving like on it. But next, the rays are like inside it, so it doesn't see it and just move further. Last thing to notice here, that our step item wrap is shifted a bit further from our spider body. You see? Now it's right on the body, now it's shifted. Why it's so? If we want our steps to be in front of the body, not to chase it, we should shift it a bit. You can adjust this by target step offset. So it's now 5, so we shift it in front of the body. And if you want to see how it will work, if you will just eliminate this shift, here 0, and you see the legs are always stepping behind the body and trying to chase it. So it's a bit awkward, natural, but maybe it's what you want, how you want your procedural animation to work. As you can see, it has its issues. It's not done solution for all cases, but a solid point to start with and understand the procedural animation and IK. I already have some ideas for further updates to improve it, but if you know how to make it better, your PRs on GitHub are very welcome. Thanks for watching and see you!